And we're live. Are we crooked today? I think we're a little crooked today. We're live. Live inside, live in a simulation, inside of a simulation. As requested by Muzicchik, this is the 7th show of the Hey June tour, as named by Judge. Welcome, everybody. I'm the Etcetera kid. If this is your first time watching, this show is all about musical improvisation. Everything me do is made up on the spot, but you guys give me a ton of assistance. You guys give me the keyboard sounds to use, the starting key, the BPM. I turn usernames to drum loops and drum fills. You guys come up with titles and venue names and tour names and bot talk. It is a full-on collaboration. I pretty much say the same thing at the start of every show. I really need to mix it up. Welcome, everybody. Who's here? Judge is here. Crusader Dave 88 is here. Enigma, Bruco, Scarable Bunny, MJ, Catania, CK, Azazalin. B is here. Let's see. Did I say Lost Elf? Lost Elf is here. Lost Elf is preparing for adventures. Awesome adventures. Enigma's here. Octon Bratwurst is here. A real human Ben Kenobi is here. Scrat is here. Man, a ton of people right off the bat. Awesome. Welcome, everyone. How is y'all's weekend? Anyone do anything fun? Let's see. Some of you guys might have remembered me complaining on Saturday about my neck. I was like, oh, my neck is a little stiff. It got progressively worse over the weekend. And I'm much better now. It still hurts some, but this is the peak level of pain I experienced. I was eating some bread and I tried to swallow the bread and my neck hurt so bad from swallowing. I had to make a decision. Do I choke to death on the bread or do I move my neck so I can swallow? And it was a tough decision. It was tough. But nevertheless, I actually had a nice weekend. I actually relaxed a little bit, not a lot, but for me, a lot. And I got a bunch of work done. And I did not choke to death on any bread. So it's a good weekend when you don't choke to death. Let's see. I am mystified by neck and back pain. It just seems so weird how this thing you can't see and suddenly you're paralyzed. You know, you guys know that? Your body seizes up. It says, nope, you cannot do that. You cannot do that movement you do millions of times every other day. I'm not going to let you do it. You can't do it, kid. Yeah, I was walking around like this. Somebody call my name. You know, we take our necks for granted. I just want to say I am so appreciative of my neck. How most days of my life, my neck allows me to move my head, to the left and to the right. It allows me to look down and look up. I'm very grateful for my neck, and I did not quite appreciate it until this weekend. Reginald Delaware was saying, I was suggesting incorporating airline stewardess style gestures into the intro. I should do something to make the intro more interesting, because you poor folks, almost everyone here who's here at the beginning of the show has heard me say my intro. You guys know exactly what this show is about. You do not need a reminder. You know that I turn your usernames into drum loops and drum fills, and yet you so patiently listen to me do my spiel over and over again. Is the link regex worse? I had a good regex in place. It was pretty good. And then I needed to move the regex to the server. And unfortunately, I'm using a plugin for the regex. And I realized that the plugin license was not for a server. It's a little hard to explain. So I had to do a different regex, which maybe is a little overly aggressive. I apologize if it's overly aggressive. If it is, send me a note in Discord with the message that's getting that is getting censored. Okay. Yeah, I'm always gonna, yeah, as Fabort says, it's good for introducing people. There are enough people who are gonna watch the show for the first time on demand. I do need to have some sort of explanation, but that's why I say it's so fast. I'm like, I want new folks to hear this, but I don't want old folks to get bored out of their mind. That's why I need to mix it up. I'll have to think about that. Let's see. We have our requests. 95.6 piece of minute from Levdy, C sharp minor from Cathanius, Dorian Moe from Masked Enigma, aka Enigma, and we have the first custom text in drum loops ever. We've had custom text in drum fills, but nobody's had a drum loop yet. Brucos, yes, bug is working. I mean, it's not gonna. I don't have it set up to tell you that it's received it, but basically after the show, I'm gonna do a manual search for all bugs and glitches that you guys do in chat. Eventually, I'll add like a response. So, but I'll get it. Yeah, history is being made tonight. First custom drum loops ever. Flabort's custom text. I had to Google it. I mean, I should have known what it was. But I had to Google it, because I have to be careful. A couple people have trolled me with their custom text in drum fills, so I quickly Googled it and made sure that it was appropriate for our family-friendly show we have going. TheLennina says, "What's the character limit on the custom loops and fills?" Well, theoretically, at most, it's going to use is 16 characters. If your username is longer, or your text is longer, it should be okay. But I don't know. I mean, we had some issues with custom text recently, and I'm not sure if it was some of the things in it or the length of it. But we have usernames that are pretty long that have never had a problem. So. And Yodi says, "Is bug a mod thing or everyone?" For now, everyone can do it. If it gets overused, it might just be a mod thing. But yeah, the purpose of bug and also glitch, either one works. I mean, I had glitch because glitch is maybe a slightly different kind of thing that happens. But the reason I want to add that as a feature is that it makes it so much easier for me if you guys run that roughly very close to when something happens, because then it's time stamped and it makes it much easier for me to then work my way backwards and find what you're referring to. But when people write notes in Discord, sometimes it's like a needle in a haystack. I mean, I've got good search functionality in my program, but still I'm just trying to save myself time. Just trying to save myself some time. Let's see. Okay. So last night, I should not have done this. This was unwise because my neck was very immobile and I had a hard time looking down at the keyboard when I need to do special things. But I decided last night I'm just gonna change a bunch of things in the code as part of this. It's this much bigger project I've been working on for the last month or two when I have time to make Tubi more resilient when we have a lot of traffic. And it means it's moving which computers are handling different processes, and it's a little hard to explain, but I did a bunch of things last night which was dumb to do last night. I should not have done them last night. But I tested some today and I don't see any issues, but this could be basically I'm saying this could be a show with lots of oops, uh-ohs, and whoops. Hopefully not, but it could be. Meanwhile, come on, kid, let's get this in action. Let's get this in action. Let's see. Okay, we got our drum fills. Do we? And none of them crashed. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, sweet. And some a cheer came in from Judge to start off the show. Awesome. Thanks, Judge. Oh, and I forgot to remove my test donation. Jike Test is my testing account. And Jike Test did a test donation because donations was one of the things I changed. I changed which computer was handling it. Let's see. Okay, we got some milestones, I think. We do. Let's see. What are these milestones? This is Mr. Roberts' 75th song with a request on it. Big 75. 75. Nice. Congrats, Mr. Robert. This is Octon Bratwurst's 10th request used on a song. Number 10th. Number 10th. You can't say that. The 10th request. And then this is Octon Bratwurst's 5th drum fill, Azazlin's 50th sound, and Electric Blues' 25th drum fill. Nice. Big milestones there. Yeah, some big calfs for all our milestoners. Okay. Let's see. What's our drum kit? What is our drum kit? The Roadhouse kit. This has only been used 2 other times. Man, most kits have been used many times, but not this kit. It was last used by Dom on Space Debris Disposal Inc. Oh, man. Nice. It's a classic acoustic kit. Let's see. You know what? Let's include, instead of hi-hats, let's do something different. Instead of hi-hats, let's just have this be a ride cymbal. So this is a ride cymbal here. So we have our hi-hat. Usually we have lots of those. I think instead let's have ride cymbals. I might regret this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's see. Ride cymbal. Let's see. Where else do I have to put that? So that's D sharp 2. I'm just telling the generator to use ride cymbals, not hi-hats. But you know what? We will. Up there it is. Also there. We will allow for a hi-hat pedal as a possibility. And okay. Okay, we got our loops ready. Oh, a sub just came in. A resub. Nice. Is it PaulyWit? Awesome. Thanks for the resub, PaulyWit. Thank you. Two months for PaulyWit. Awesome. Let's see. Okay. So this is the this is a little tricky for me, because I just realized none of my screens are telling me who requested the drum loop. So I'm going off memory. I might be misremembering, but I believe this was Flabort's. This is the first custom drum loop ever. And I believe MST3 stands for Mystery Science Theater 3000. Here we go. Raw from the generator. It's just kick and ride. Nice. Nice. You guys are like, what is that sound? That ride cymbal. I've never heard that on the show before. Yeah, we don't have the ride cymbal very often. I should do it more often. I think it's that I feel like hi-hat, ride cymbal takes up a lot more space. I think what I should do is I should have like one loop with hi-hats and one with ride cymbals. That's what I should do. Let's put I want to put a pedal right there. And a pedal right there. Okay, here it is. Here's Flabort's beat. Custom text beat in honor of Mystery Science Theater 3000. I think I dropped these too much. These rides, they're too quiet now. I think a little louder. And I'm going to bring the overall level of the rides down. Yeah, that's nice. Thank you, Fabort. Next up, I believe this is this Judge's beat? Deep Space 13. We got Deep Space 13. Here's Deep Space 13, and you got a lot of rides too. Here it is. Nice. So we're going to drop all these rides a bit. Let's shape them. Put a kick and a kick here. Oh, we'll honor that silence. We'll definitely honor the silence there. And these two kicks, though, we're going to drop just a little bit. And that looks good. Here it is. Deep Space 13. Nice. We got it. Hey, Franbox. How you doing? That's right, Azazlin. Silence is honored. We've honored that silence of the 13. Let's see. What are we doing? Oh, yeah. We got our beats. Next up. Oh, why isn't that shifted? Oh, that's why. That's why it didn't. There it goes. Whoops. There we go. Well, we got our first sound. Hey, Ducker's here. Our first sound from Azazlin, it's FM picked. Oh man, how about that title? This sound was last used at the end of March on the track Screaming with Your Mouth Closed. That was requested by Where's Hats. Okay, that's FM picked. We got jazz organ from Mumblepug. And then we've got classic Wurlitzer, Real Human Ben Kenobi. And then there it is from Dom Chords. Whoops. Okay, and then I always need to remind myself where everything is with that sound. The basses pizzicato from MJ. Oh yeah. And then lastly, Super FM LFO from Achtung Bratwurst. Am I saying that roughly right? Achtung Bratwurst? Is that roughly? I need to, you know what I need to do is I need to look up the pronunciation. I might just need to hear that. I'm gonna after this show, I'm gonna look it up. See if I can find someone saying those words on YouTube or something. Super FM LFO. That's not it. Here it is. Nice. We got our sounds. You guys choose which sound starts the improvisation. It could be one of our custom text drum loops, the first two ever, or FM picked, jazz organ, classic Wurlitzer, such a classic sound, Dombro chords. Do you guys hear that in the sound? Listen to the end of that sound, of the Dombro chords. You guys hear that? I'm not sure what that's supposed to be exactly. I've never played a dobro. Bass is pizzicato. Or super FM LFO. Oh, the slide shake. Okay. Slide shake, that makes sense. I sort of wish I could not have the sound itself sometimes and just get that slide shake. That'd be cool if I could somehow. What I need is a reverse. I forget my effects here. What would be the name of something that's the opposite of a noise gate? Which completely mutes sounds over a certain volume. Completely mutes them, right? But lets through quiet sounds. So the opposite, basically the opposite of a normal noise gate. It mutes, not a compressor. I'm not talking a compressor. Complete mute. If it goes over a certain dB, it's just nothingness. Noise oscillator, Dr. Boo says. Okay, let's see. Well, I've never seen a limiter that will take you to nothing, right? Limiters, when I use them, it's always, you create a brick wall where it can't get louder than that. But at least the limiters I have don't have the ability to, if you cross a threshold, it obliterates the sound entirely, right? Because I feel like that could actually be a pretty cool effect. Because you're playing and it removes notes. If you set an interesting, I don't know. Anyway, I'll have to experiment with that sometime. Let's see. Okay. I'm ending voting. What have you guys chosen? The Atomic Widget says a revoice gate. And it's the classic Wurlitzer. Nice. Nice. I was playing around with the noise gate on no, it's the noise suppressor. There's an effect on OBS. I think it's called the noise suppressor. And I put it on, and at first it's like, this is amazing. This is amazing. It really got rid of all the noise. And then I listened more closely to what it left. And man, the noise suppressor destroys your audio. It destroys it. After that initial amazement, I realized that, yeah, it was a tragedy what it did. A total tragedy. So much for the noise suppressor. Even combined with I spend so much time with it. I just hate what it does to the audio. And I'm not an audiophile at all. I'm not an audiophile. Okay, let's play some music. Enough talk about noise suppressors. Hey, Tice is here. Tice the Betrayer. And did I say hi to Clarable Bunny? And Yodi says, what exactly did it sound like? It sounded like, you know how in Princess Bride when they suck the life out of the man in black, the hero? You know, they take years out of his life. Because I was recording, it was just doing me talking, right? I was just testing that. I felt like years had been taken off my life with that noise suppressor. No, but what it's doing is it's pulling out frequencies, and those frequencies make up our voice, you know? And so it's like you're going to lose some of the, you know, the fullness. It just made the voice, if I remember, it was like a week ago I was doing this, made the voice sound just really thin and dull, I think. Okay, let's play some music. First track of the day, we're starting with, what are we starting with? I already forgot. Oh yeah, the Wurlitzer. Let's do it. Time to Etcetera. Yeah. Man, how about the ride cymbal? I was grooving. Grooving. Those, man. Yeah, thank you, Outlive for All Things Support, and Judge. And thanks, Electric Blue. Electric Blue just resubbed. Nice. Thank you, Electric Blue. Oh, thanks, Tucker. So, hey, that's guitar. You know what, guys? I can disable. Let me. Is the link blocker doing a ton of false positives? Like a ton of false positives? Because I could disable it if it's causing you a lot of problems. It's weird. I'm using the exact same expression that I used with before, but it's a different plugin, and so I guess it's interpreting the it differently. Let me disable it. I don't know. Actually, is it doing a lot of? It's just ellipses. Oh, it's blocking any ellipses. Can I mute this? Let me see. I might mess myself up by doing it. Oh, I know what I'll do. Here, we'll just, okay. I've disabled it temporarily. Disabled it. I think I disabled it. You should be good with the ellipses for the time being. I just disabled it. Oh well. I was so bummed yesterday when I realized that this plugin that was handling the regex, that it would not work on my server, that I'd have to pay $400. And I can't do that just for regex on the server. So I found a free regex I could use, plugin, but it clearly is not at 100%. Let's see, what are we doing here? Oh yeah, titles. Man, was it the Wurlitzer too on that track? The Wurlitzer and the organ, and then the bass, all those sounds, and then we had the nice bridge section with the with Dom's chords and the bass pizzicato. I used Octam Bratwurst sound as a melodic device. That opening was very retro sounding. I'm a big fan of jazz organ, especially later on was more soul organ. One of my favorite organ players. You check this stuff out on YouTube. I think it's all on YouTube. It's this guy Reuben Wilson. He did a record called "The Sweet Life." I think that's the name of the record, or that might be a track on it, but I think it's the name of the record. He does "Inner City Blues" by Marvin Gaye on it. He does. It's what I love about music prior to the 80s is how flawed it is, how perfectly flawed it is. And then the 80s rolled around, we started doing digital recording, and we could fix every single mistake. Man. But that record, man, it's so chill. Check it out, Reuben Wilson, "The Sweet Life." Anyway, Reuben Wilson is an organ player, and a little bit of that sound reminded me of Reuben Wilson. What? What? To be or not to bot? Oh man, I haven't seen that one before. Let's see. Let's look at your titles. Let's look at your titles. From MJ, silences and ellipses. From Pauly, loops of Hazzard. From Straight Up Chill, Steely Blue Eyes. Let's see, two more. Oh man. Let's see, two more. from Enigma, Silence of the 13. And one last one from Dom, Acoustic Slide. Man 13 says, I'm a bit late tonight. How much stuff is broken? So far, only Tubi's ability to block links in chat. Okay, those are your options. It could be, we could name that track Silences and Ellipses, Loops of Hazzard, Steely Blue Eyes, Silence of the 13, or Acoustic Slide. And what are some good there were some pretty funny titles that I missed, including, this might have been one of the funniest ones ever, from Inyoti, Handcuffed Jazz Hands. Handcuffed Jazz Hands. Oh, man. Oh. And then we have, also from Inyoti, Hug a Cactus. This Isn't the Library from Straight Up Chill. These Boots Ain't Made for Swimming from Straight Up Chill. Swimming Without a License, Straight Up Chill. Why Male Models from Dom. Fair Lips from CK. I get it, CK. Not all the chat might get that, but I get it. Circular Square Dance, Clarabo Bunny. I ride with a joker in my bicycle spokes, Mumblepug. Space Escalator to the Glass Retreat, Stouche Batiste. When a Cowboy Walks into a Jazz Club from Zazzlin. And Pirates Stole My Knapsack, Straight Up Chill. Oh, man. Hey, Jazz Bruin. Okay, so I am going to read Real Human Ben Kenobi's title. Here it is. This will be the longest title ever made. It will never be broken because no one will ever make a title this long without breaking the sentence, and it won't be about space cowboys and aliens who decided to go to war with each other because of territorial disputes in the outer rim of the Xeon galaxy, which is several thousand light years away from our home planet Earth, which is the best planet because Kid lives on it and creates music we'll live on forever and ever and ever and ever. Real Human Ben Kenobi must have typed that into a character counter because Twitch will block over a certain length. That's quite impressive. Okay, let's see. What did I do on that track? I did some flute. And I saw I got all the Ron Burgundy. You know, all the jazz flutists in the world were like, we're hot stuff until that movie came out, and then they're just like, it's all over for us. It's all over. Doesn't matter how good we ever are, we will always be compared to Ron Burgundy. Great flute players like Herbie Mann. Herbie's my favorite. Hubert Laws. Who else? Oh, man. Paul Horn. These poor guys standing in the shadow for the rest of their lives, for eternity, standing in the shadow of Ron Burgundy. Let's see. I did a little bit of Rhodes, and I sang. I think that was it. Oh, yeah. Thanks, MJ. Pauly says, may I ask your general age for apparently getting the reference in my title? My general age. Well, Chad knows my age. I am roughly between the ages of 40 and 40. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I made the mistake of admitting my age several months back, and once I've said it once on chat, it's like I'm not going to be coy about it. I made the mistake of telling you guys my age. And watch, I'm gonna get now that I've admitted that, the Attorney General of California is gonna come after me for false advertising. They're gonna say I have to remove kid from my name. It's false advertising. But the Etcetera man doesn't have quite the same ring to it, the Etcetera man. No one wants to be the Etcetera man. Okay, I'm any voting. Which one is it? Which one is it? Oh, it's a tie between Loops of Hazzard and Steely Blue Eyes. Let's do our tiebreaker. And the Greeks have chosen. It's Loops of Hazzard. Loops of Hazzard from Pauly. That track, now known forever as Loops of Hazzard. A lot of good titles there. A ton of funny titles. Here I thought I was doing a track that was not funny. I thought, this is a sort of a retro sounding thing. But chat found it hilarious. It's gonna happen next. I'm gonna play a song sometime. It's really emotional. I'll be thinking about all these emotional things as I do it. I'll be like this close to crying on camera. And then we'll come to the titles, and it will just be comedy titles, every single one of them. And also, man, what is wrong with me that this is that my that I'm failing to communicate? Real Human Bank always says the Etcetera adolescent. Some of you guys are like, Etcetera man, what are you talking about? You mean the Etcetera senior citizen? In terms of Twitch demographics, I am pretty much a senior citizen. The Etcetera professor. The Etcetera adult. Adult. Congrats again to Pauly for that title. ETC dude. Okay, let's start getting ready for our next track. So we're gonna do another night of themed polls. These polls both provide entertainment and also buy me time while I am doing, getting the computers all ready. So tonight's theme is gaming, and I thought of a whole bunch of polls about gaming, and I don't know much about gaming, so that reflects the kind of questions I've come up with, I think. Let's see, which one should we start with? Let's see. Which one should we start with? Okay, we'll start with this one. Okay, this is our first gaming question. This is a question, not a poll. These are all questions actually tonight. You are transported into a video game universe to spend the rest of your life there. Which game do you choose and why? Which video game universe, if you have to spend the rest of your life there, which one would you choose and why? Now let's start creating an empty track. Well, Dom says Pong. Oh man, Pong. Can you imagine the rest of your life in Pong? Are you sure? Oh, I see there's a Kappa there. Enigma says Madden Cap. I see lots of Kappas. I want some sincere answers, guys. Some sincere answers. All I'm getting are Kappas. We're all about sincerity here. Jams Bruin says The Sims. It's super easy to make money and you can spend forever doing whatever you want. That's a good answer. B says Donkey Kong Universe. Reginald Delaware says Rygar. Franbox says Legends of Zelda. Oh, Real Human Band Kenobi says I was sincere. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay. Stoosh Petit says Dead or Alive or Extreme Beach Volleyball. Or is that one game? See, I don't know. Is that Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball? Is that one name? Beach volleyball that is so extreme that it's to the death? Is there a to the death video game for beach volleyball? There should be. Okay, let's see. Okay, so that's your first question. I have a whole bunch of these, so I'm gonna have to do two sometimes. Well, you guys are still having fun with this one, so maybe I should. No, I'll do one. I'll do. Do I have enough? How many did I make? I think I did 7. Yeah, let's. Okay. This is a more mundane question. More mundane question. Because not all of us in chat have played, are gamers. I've played a few games, but I can't call myself a gamer yet. So here's a question you guys can help us all out who aren't gamers. Where is that question? There we go. Okay. You meet someone who has never played a video game in their life. Which game do you introduce them to first? They've never played any video game. Ever. They've never seen anyone play it. They don't even know what it is. What game do you start them off on? What is going to make them fall in love with gaming? They know nothing. Let's see. Meanwhile, I'm bringing in your requests. Let's see. V says Mario Brothers, of course. Stoosh Petit says Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. That is really one game. It's really called Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. I want to play that game. Really, you know, if a game wanted to be huge, they should. A Real Human Ben Kenobi came up with the perfect title for a game. I read it. If you guys didn't see it, go watch on the VOD. It would be a great game title. Let's see. What we at? What? Oh yeah, there we go. Frambox's Sonic games. Sunset Overdrive. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Oh man. The one downside I've discovered to the custom text drum fills is that they're all really long, and so all our drum fills are really long drum fills. They take up the entire measure. Which it's nice sometimes to just have like a 3 or 4 hit drum fill, just a couple notes. I'm not sure how I'm going to address that issue, but I'm sort of missing some shorter drum fills. Okay. Okay, so those of you in chat who've never played a game before, you've got a ton of good suggestions right in here. I'm sure some of them are not Kappa suggestions. I'm sure some are sincere. So you'll just have to work your way through each of them. But don't worry, I've got lots more gaming questions coming up tonight. But we have our requests. Let's see, what are they? We have 111 beats per minute from Mumblepug, B-flat major from Sour Frog, Ionian is our mode from Judge, at least for the first section. We got drum loops from CK and Clanky. Hey, Clanky. It's been a little bit. How's Clanky doing? Hey, Phobo Rising. How you doing? Let's see. Let's see. What are we doing? Oh yeah, we're waiting for this to load. I don't have a lot of pet peeves. Here's one of them. On YouTube. And I know why they're doing it. I know there's good reasons why they're doing it. But you cannot rearrange the order of the videos you've uploaded. So even if, like for example, so I'm thinking about this because I'm starting to upload all the old shows and stuff. And I'm realizing that it's even a bigger project than I thought. And it would be smarter to upload the most recent shows and like just start uploading like today's show, upload it. But the OCD part of me, it drives me crazy that the shows will be out of order. I'm trying to get over this because I think it would make a lot more sense to just start uploading the current shows and not wait, because we've got 150 shows we're behind. Well, I haven't made them public yet, but I've uploaded all of September's shows, which is almost a year ago. Yes, you can. See Bird's Feather. Yes, you can build a playlist. You can do that. Yes. But the upload, and I know this is crazy. It's the OCD part of me, but when you go to a channel, you can always click on their list of videos in order of upload, and it drives me crazy that they'll be out of order. That's a pet peeve. That's a pet peeve of mine that I've been pondering today. So they will be in playlists, absolutely. I know that probably no one is going to go to the uploads because it's going to be overwhelming, because it's going to be 1,000 videos or something to the uploads. But I'm telling you, just the part of me that likes things in their place wants them to be in the right order. Okay, let's see. Okay, things are loaded. Initialize, import our track names. Let's make these drum fills. Let's make our drum loops. Oh, wait, we're not ready to do that. I think we got some milestones. We do. Another thing that's stressful about YouTube is Vimeo, right? Vimeo lets you, if you've uploaded a video, and let's say you notice a little mistake in it, you want to fix it, you can replace the video. YouTube, once it's there, it's there. Your only option is to delete it and re-upload it, but then it's a different link, and you've lost all your, your views and all that nonsense. But, YouTube is... Okay, first request. This is Judge's first mode ever. Nice. Congrats, Judge. This is Pauly's 5th song with a request on it. Nice. And then we have Stoosh Batista's 5th request ever. Number 5. And then one last Mumblepug's 5th BPM and Clanky's 5th drum loop. Nice. Bunch of milestoners there. Let's see, we got our drum kit. We got the drum and bass remix kit. And I should say, I'm not sure if he's watching right now, but John I.O. Helped me. He created some code to make it easier for me to update the all the text and meta information for each video, so that basically I can upload these videos and then my database spits out the information like the title, and it formats everything, because the description of every video is going to list all the people who have requests on it. It'll give the name of the venue, the tour name, all this data, which would be really tedious if I had to manually paste it into each video. So John L. helped me, wrote a PHP script to help me out. So that's going to make the job a lot easier. So I don't know if John's watching, but John has been an amazing resource. So thank you, John. Okay, we got our drum and bass. Yeah, I don't know if we're sticking with milestoners. I know. I wish it didn't have this potentially other meaning to it. So maybe we shouldn't. I don't know. It does sound, I don't know how to call it. We need to think of some better word. Okay, we got our kit. Man, those ride cymbals were sweet in the last track, but we're not going to do them this track. Let's make our loops. Okay, we got our first drum loop from CK. Here's CK raw from the generator. Look, CK got a ton of snares, a ton of snares. Cool. Man, that is an active beat there. Let's put a kick right here. Let's drop this kick just a little bit. Let's drop these a little bit more. Let's shape. And I think that was good. That was good. That was good. Let's see. Okay, here's CK. Yeah, I dig it. A nice syncopation in there. Thanks, CK. Next up, it is Clanky. Let's see, Clanky raw from the generator. Do I want to kick on one? You know, I don't think we need one, actually. I'll shape these, though. And drop these just a bit. Yeah, our drummer has decided on this beat not to play a kick on one, and we're going to go with it. No kick on one. Here's Clanky. Yeah. I challenge you guys to find a single song on the current top 40 that doesn't have a kick on one, but has other kicks in the beat. It doesn't count if there's no kick at all, right? But find me a song in the top 40 that doesn't have a kick on one. Find me a song in the top 40 for the last 5 years that doesn't have a kick on one. Maybe the last 30 years. That is how much in rock, pop, jazz, funk, blues we take for granted that there will be a kick on beat one. The only time you don't really hear a kick on one is when they have kick on on 2 and 4 as like a breakdown or something. Let's see. Let's see. We got our beats. Poor Miles Davis. Poor Miles Davis. Okay. Let's see. What are we doing? Oh, yeah. Our sounds. Soft vintage strings from Quirky Bunny. Soft vintage strings. Here it is. Wait. That's not it. Okay, did something crash? Did we not? Oh no. Oh no, guys. Someone probably warned me this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, why would that happen? This is what I get. See, I told you guys I should not have made these changes last night. Fortunately, this is an easy change to address, I think. Sano says, doesn't Fleetwood Mac have a couple songs that don't have kick on one? It's possible, but your example is from 40 years ago. I know. CK says, if there's not a technical issue, then you're not innovating. So here's why I blanched just then. Did I use that word right? To blanch? Is that I was adjusting our beat based on an acoustic kit sound, but our requested drums were drum and bass remix, so it's going to sound totally different. Totally different than what we just heard. Totally different. So not having a kick on one might no longer make sense. But our problem, what happened is I moved, like I was saying, I was moving certain things from one computer to another computer. And I forgot that I needed to enable the plugin on this one computer. So it was in demo mode. So it was working fine during my testing because it has 30 minutes of demo mode. But demo mode has ended. So let me very quickly address this. Actually, you know what I should do? I should give you guys another poll while I buy some time. This will take me just a second to fix, I think. Let me get another poll. Sorry, guys. In my defense, yesterday, this is how I could move. In my defense. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here's your question. In a parallel universe, video games have always been available, even though all other tech advanced at the same rate as it did in our universe. So what that means is, as the cavemen are discovering fire, they are also gaming. Somehow they have video games, but not electricity or fire. Okay, suspend your disbelief. Name and describe some of the most popular video games in this alternate universe from different points of history. So they've been able to game since humans got off all fours and were walking around. What are some games, video games, from different points in history? Meanwhile, I'm going to very quickly, how am I going to do this? That was really dumb of me. That was dumb. Why on earth did I not... I'm coding. I'm doing live coding right now. Let's see. I hope that worked. I hope that worked. There we go. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay, here we go. No, no, not yet. Okay. Ducker says, the big game during the caveman era was don't starve. Tom says, kick the can simulator. Civilization. Oregon Trail was a simulator, Mumbleplug writes. Yeah, it's like to prepare for their trek across the country, they do a few rounds of Oregon Trail. Okay, while you guys finish that question, we're gonna listen to these two beats again because they're gonna sound different with the different kit. Here's CK's beat. That's good. I like it. I like it even more than before. And here's Clanky with no kick on one. Yeah. Oh man, those are awesome. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Man, I'm glad I had some polls prepared for this show to buy me time. Okay, we got our sounds, I think. Do we? That sounds right. Soft vintage strings. I don't know. Someone probably said this. I wasn't, so I apologize if I repeated or stolen someone's idea. But I feel like, all the possibilities. Grand Theft Chariot, Grand Theft Stagecoach, Grand Theft Horse, Grand Theft Locomotive. What else? What were some other? Okay. Let's see. Okay, those are our soft vintage strings from Querble Bunny. Basses trill. Grand Theft Wheel. They stole my wheel. They stole my wheels. I love, you guys remember that comic BC? I think it was BC, and they would roll around on these single wheels. There was this one guy who it looked so awesome. I mean, it's not possible what they showed, but well, no, maybe it would be. I don't know. Anyway, Octon Bratwurst says Grand Theft Noah's Ark. Oh man, wow! Can you imagine? Grand Theft Noah's Ark. Grand Theft Feet. Oh, that would be the worst. They stole my feet. They stole my feet. Okay, we got those trills were from MJ. We got Silver Liner from B. Wait, B, did I forget? Did you request this is your signature sound? And I forgot? Is that possible? Oh, did I forget? Or am I imagining that? Am I just projecting this as your? Because you request it often. Can you remind me? I'm sorry if I spaced on that. Anyway, that's Silver Liner from B. Okay, you haven't yet. Okay, good. Okay, that's good. I would have felt really bad if I'd forgotten. And then we got a Braxis intro from Ducker. That's not it. This was last used in February on Spelunking on the Moon. And then from Nifty Guy, we've got Mysterious Synth Lead. And lastly, from Electric Blue, we got XP Hooky. Cool. We have our sounds. A donation just came in from MJ. Thanks, MJ. Wow, thank you. MJ writes, insert video game title here. Thank you so much, MJ. Man. Okay, we have our sounds. Yeah, hype for MJ. We can start this next track with one of our drum loops or soft vintage strings, a bassist trill, TheLennina, a Braxis intro, mysterious synth lead, or XP hooky. Let's see. To be or not to buy, you can't decide. Let's see. Introducing the ability to have multi-part bot talk was probably not the top priority for me to implement, but so worth it. So worth it. The other thing that is definitely not a priority, but I'm going to do someday when I'm really tired and just is I want to create a second bot that you guys can have so you can create conversations between them. I've been wanting to do that for a while. Oh, the possibilities. So many possibilities there. We 3B is still a possibility, I think. I've also thought about another thing I want to do on a rainy day when I'm too tired to do anything else is implement, it'd be whisper only, but implement a version of, is it Eliza? You know, the classic sort of, it's not really AI, but AI simulation of a therapist. I think I might do that as a to be or not to buy version of that you guys can whisper, and to be or not to buy can give you therapeutic advice. Looks like we got a cheer from Imperial Sky. It says, where be our bit cup? Swift rage. I know. I'm not sure about the bit cup. I'll think about it. But you guys do have bit thanks from to be or not to bot. There's like, I don't know, 30 responses. So that's something. I'll think about a bit cup though. Okay, I'm ending voting. Electric Boogaloo says every message would be, and how does that make you feel? Yeah, that's what Oiza does. It basically, it converts anything you say, and then it converts it into a question. So you say, I feel sad, Oiza. And Oiza says, why do you feel sad? Like the code for Oiza is really short. I looked at the code. It's so short. It basically has to figure out how to reverse pronouns so that if you make an I statement, it converts it to a you. And it has a few variations, but it's surprising how short the code is for that. That's why I thought I could do it in a rainy day. Okay, many voting. And no surprise, chat chooses the wackiest sound on the board. Abraxas intro, requested by Ducker. Nice. Here we go. And our sweet beats. Okay, time to etcetera. I'm talking a lot today. Let's play some music. Hey. Hey, everybody. Sorry, I got distracted by something. Oh man, thanks to the Calps. Fun news from CK Wolf and Clanky. A nice set of sounds. A little synthy pop right there. Thanks to those Calps. Let's see. Let's check out your titles. Let's check out your titles. Let's see. What do we have here? Why is it not doing it? Oh yeah, I need to write the note to myself to fix okay. I made my note. Oh, thanks, Enigma. Let's see these titles. What we got from Guyuti's Boogie on Space Rings. Dancing on Starlight from Sano. Celestial Heartbeat from Subtracticat. The Etcetera Cloud from Red Kite Ross. And The Big Spring from Azazelin. Those are your options. Boogie on Space Rings. Dancing on Starlight, Celestial Heartbeat, The Etcetera Cloud, and The Big Spring. Let's see, what are some titles I missed? I missed The Adorable Octagon from CK. When to Be Met Eliza from Madden 13. To Be Stole My Yarn from B. Universe in a Box, Corbo Bunny. The Butterfly Emerges, Lennina. Crystalline Dreams from a Cold-Hearted Killer. Whoa, from Azazelin. Nice. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. I feel all discombobulated suddenly. What did I do in that track? I did absolutely nothing. I did not play or sing anything except keyboards. That's right. Okay. You guys had enough time. I'm ending voting. Oh, we got a new follow from Michelle Cow. Michelle Ko? Thanks for that follow. Thanks for supporting live music on Twitch. Okay, I'm ending voting. What have you guys chosen? Is Celestial Heartbeat from Subtracticat, that track. now known as Celestial Celestial Heartbeat. I was about to say Celestial Subtracticat. Oh, this is a second title. Congrats. As quiet as you is here. How you doing? Let's see. Thanks everyone for your titles. That track, now known as Celestial Heartbeat. How's this possible? We've only done 2 songs? Oh, I gotta hurry. This is shameful. But you guys get another poll while I get ready for this next improv. Let's see. I created so many of these video game polls. Okay, here it is. You get stuck cosplaying as a single video game character for the rest of your life. You must stay in costume at your job, when relaxing, on vacation, etc. Only time you don't need to wear it is when you're sleeping, okay? Which character do you choose and why? You are stuck cosplaying a single video game character for the rest of your life. Which character? Okay, let's create it. There we go. New empty track. Dom says link so I don't have to talk. I'll see you, Atomic Widget. As Subtracticat said, I'd like to thank the Academy. Yeah, Subtracticat, two-time winner, 2-time title winner, thanking the Academy. And Yodi says, Slender Man. Let's see. I just hit the part of my checklist that now says to drink water. Mumblepuck says, are we talking high-tech cosplay or old tube socks on a hat cosplay? Whichever is realistic for you. So if you don't have like high-tech cosplay skills, then you're stuck. You're stuck with the lo-fi version. Oh, hey, Gunner Bean, you had a question on the projectors you use. Like which one I use? It's the oh man, it's an Epson. I forget the model. It's a pretty powerful one though, and it could even be more powerful. Can you whisper me or write a note in Discord, and I will check and get the exact model for you. But it's an Epson. Okay, I'm starting to get in your requests. Or should we do another? Are you guys done with that question and ready for another question? I'm not sure how long I should extend these. The rest of your life is a long time, isn't it? I feel like I should do. We're gonna run out of time. I better jump to our next question. I made too many polls, I think. Too many questions. Oh, but you guys are still doing it. Okay, sounds good, Gunner Bean. Yeah, let me know, and I'll and if I remember after the show, I'll try to write. But just send me a note just in case. All right, how many of these games? How many games left? Let's see. I guess we don't have that many more. We got, okay, what along these lines, oh, thanks, Mr. Houdat, along these lines of the rest of your life, would you rather only be able to play one video game, the same game, the rest of your life? You can't play any other games. You have to play the same game the rest of your life, or you can play an unlimited number of games, but you can only play each one for 10 minutes and then never again. So the same game forever, or an unlimited number of games, but for an extremely short period of time, 10 minutes each. I should have done this as a poll, shouldn't I? But you guys can just answer in chat. Yeah, if it's the same game, say which game you would play the rest of your life. And then I'm going to get these. Whoops. There we go. Let's see, key. There we go. Enigma says Madden forever. Judge says Tiger Woods 2003. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Okay. Okay, we have our requests. I think. Do we? Unless you be worried, I have more questions about gaming coming up. I've discovered that it's easier for me to think of a theme and then come up with a whole bunch of questions than just to try to come up with random questions that are unrelated to each other. So we'll probably see more of these themed nights. Okay, we got a request. Okay. We have 76 beats a minute from Stouche Batiste, G flat minor from Brucos, Phrygian is our mode for the first section, Oist from Lovedey, drum loose from Gaiutes, and Sour Frog. Let's see. Doctor says maybe shift some questions the next night. You guys want 2 nights of gaming questions? Yeah, I probably don't need to do 2 every song. I could probably just do 1. I have to say, I'm going to shout out to B for doing a shorter drum fill. So they're not all epically long. We got Sugar, nice and short. Dom Radio's pretty short. We got a Harry Carey. It's nice to get some shorter drum fills. Okay, let's see. Get everything back to 0. Yeah, I just thought of a bonus question though while I'm thinking about it. If for some twist of fate your life goes backwards and you have to play every video game backwards in reverse, And I know that's maybe a hard thing to imagine on some games, but which game would be the most fun if you had to play it backwards? If you had to go literally in reverse the whole way through the game? Which would be the best backwards game? Okay. We got the tribal kit. Why is this frozen? There it goes. Let's import our track names. And generate our drum loops. Oh, not yet. Not yet. We got some milestones. CK says checkers. So milestones. Let's see. What are these? This is Stoosh Batista's 5th song with a request on it. Wait, how many zeros? Massive cheer comes in from Ledworth. A massive 25,000 bits from Ledworth. Craziness, man. Thanks. Thank you, Ledworth. Awesome. Man. Unbelievable support from Ledworth. Crazy. Thank you, Edworth. Man, thank you. Man, yeah, big hype for Ledworth. Thanks, chat. Give some hype for Ledworth. Thank you, Edward. Thank you so much. So we have we have Enyodi's 50th request used on a track, and Brukos' 300th. Some big numbers there for Enyodi and Brukos. Man, thank you, Edward. And this is Enigma's 5th sound. Congrats on those milestones. Thank you, Ledworth. Oh, man. Okay, we got the tribal kit from Madden. The tribal kit. This kit was last used on June 9th on the track Among the Shadows of Your Dreams. Let's put a cowbell in there. Include the possibilities. Not guaranteed, but it's possible. The drum generator makes up its own mind, but I've given it permission to use a cowbell if it so chooses. Okay, we got our beats. Okay, first loop for this next track, it's Gaiuti's. Here's Gaiuti's raw from the generator. Yeah. That kick drum is not what we would call a tight kick drum. I love it. Sometimes you want sort of the real tight, punchy sound. Sometimes it's nice when it's just... That kick drum is like someone who's had their Thanksgiving dinner, you know, and is just leaning back and just letting, you know, they've unbuttoned their buttons to accommodate their expanding stomach. That's this kick drum. I probably ruined this kit for some of you guys by describing it that way. Here it is. Here's Gaiuti's beat on the tribal kit. Yeah. This is a sweet beat. Awesome. Awesome. I love it. I love the kit, the tribal kit. We've had so many good tracks with the tribal kit so far on this show. Awesome. Thanks, Gaiutis. Next up, Sour Frog. Here is Sour Frog, raw from the generator. Sour Frog didn't get a kick at all. Let's see. We'll give you a kick on. Do we want to? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do what we were talking about before. Kick on 2 and 4, not on 1. Let's live dangerously. Let's shape these. I like that right there. And I think we want an open hat right there. It's going to ring for a long time. Here it is, Sour Frog. That's awesome. Thanks, Sour Frog. Thanks for your beat. And Gaiutis, we got some slamming beats here. Some Thanksgiving beats. Let's check out the sounds you guys have requested. Zaslin has requested the Gentle Sign Bells. And then we have Enigma has requested the Static Bells. Unicycle Mafia has requested 80s power chords. And then we have Bombay Pluck from Frambox. Abraxas in it from TheLennina. And lastly, from Enyoti, we got another pad. And our mode, if you guys noticed, is our mode is Phrygian. It's a different sounding mode. This is the this is what it sounds like. You don't hear that sound. You don't hear that sound in Top 40 very often. I challenge someone to find a song on Top 40 in the last 50 years in the Phrygian mode. It may never have happened, actually. There's definitely been Ionian, definitely Mixolydian, definitely Dorian, definitely Aeolian. Lydian, possible. Locrian, almost no chance. I think there's almost zero chance a song in Locrian has ever been in the top 40. And I think it's unlikely that a song in Phrygian has been in the top 40. At least in our country. Maybe in some other countries, but not in the U.S. Okay, let's do our polls. Hey, bro, head Treebeard. I know that's people have requested that before. I still just haven't gotten around to modifying. That wouldn't be too hard to do though. Actually, I'm gonna make a note. I'm gonna push that up my to-do list because I know we have a lot of straight. Everything is straight on the show. We need to swing some stuff. Let me see. How would that work? Well, the generator. I'll look that up. Let's see. Okay, so we can start with those drum loops or our gentle sine bells. Static bells. Our power chord. Sorry, I got distracted there. And Bombay pluck. Abraxas. Or another pad. And you know what I'm going to do? Let's do this. We're gonna put a little bit of, we're gonna pump up those guitars a bit. Okay. Unicycle Mafia says on Wikipedia the only popular song in Lydian are songs that I heard from Bjork and Ecstasy. So yeah, Lydian is a mode that I think could be easily make some top 40 tracks, but probably a lot of people don't think of it. People often will within the chordal structure essentially be playing Lydian over some of the chords, but for the entire key to be, yeah, but it makes sense that it'd be Bjork. Bjork is definitely cutting edge with a lot of stuff. But yeah, Locrian. Okay, here we go. Let's see. What'd you guys choose for sounds? Okay, and let's do a title challenge. We haven't done a title challenge in a while. So you're welcome to do any kind of title you want, of course. You always can do any title. But I will probably be limiting what I put up on the board to titles that contain a gerund. Gerund, that's G-E-R-U-N-D. And a gerund is when you have a verb that you put ing on it. So running, flying, walking, sitting. That's what a gerund is. So that's the title challenge for this next track, is titles that contain at least one gerund. Yeah, I didn't know you'd be learning about grammar on tonight's show. There you go. A verbing. There's one. Watch it blue. Etceterating is a trolling. All right. Okay, I'm ending voting. What have you guys chosen? And it's Bombay Pluck. That is a good sound for this mode we're in. Good sound. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Time to etceterate. Did I scare everybody away? I think I scared everyone away. Oh, man. Oh, some of you are still here. Thanks for those scalps. Man, those drum loops from Gaiutis and Sour Frog were awesome on the tribal kit. We got some resubs just happened. Humboldt EF resubbed, wrote Loving It, and Kruvek. Kruvek's message is bot random. Geez, at Kruvek is sub for 2 months. Oh, thanks everybody. Hey, thanks Ledworth. Thanks Corvo Bunny. Thanks Subtracticat. That's improv for you. Sometimes it's hard to stop. So what did you guys think of I pretty much stayed in that Phrygian mode the entire time. On the second section, I sort of went up to A major, G, and then down to our G flat minor. So still in that period, I was basically still in the Phrygian through that all. It's definitely got its own flavor, doesn't it? There needs to be a top 40 track using Phrygian. One that is 3 minutes long, not whatever that was, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Oh yeah, I did the tube. What is this? I used the Thunder tube. I haven't used this in, I don't know, months. I don't think I've used this in many, many months on the show. And I don't think I've ever sung into it. Or maybe I did. Maybe, I can't remember. It's very loud, isn't it? About 24 minutes. I nearly played harmonica on that. But I don't have a harmonica in D. And so I need, in order to, well, since I'm not a great harmonica player, I wanted to make sure every note would work. And the key of D would have covered me, but I didn't have it. I had A, which would have been close, but it would be missing the flat 2, which is so sweet in the Phrygian. Man, a lot of cool sounds in there. We had those power chords, Unicycle Mafia, all those good pads. I turned in Yodi's pad request another pad. That was our drone. I was just that got stuck when we went to the second section. I was like, I'm digging it. We're just gonna stick with that. I did use it briefly. Yeah, it shows what I remember. I have no memory. I've never, as Alan says, you never did the string pulling thing. Isn't the string pulling a creepy sound? Wait, how do I do this again? These are so fun. You all should get one. They are versatile instruments, very versatile. Okay, let's see. Versatile instruments. MJ says Jiffy does not like it or really likes it. What do you think? Let's see. Jiffy hasn't said hi to you guys in a while. Let's bring Jiffy on camera. You want to say hi? He's up wagging his tail. What do you think? He's not that interested, I guess. For those of you guys who haven't met him, this is Jiffy Starchild. There he is in chat. Jiffy is 13 years old. I adopted him about 2.5 years ago, I think. For anyone who's interested in dogs, adoption is an awesome choice. Especially like he's a senior and it's harder for senior dogs to get rescued. So there's in San Francisco, there's a really cool shelter called Muttville, and they specialize in senior dogs. So other rescues send their dogs to Muttville because most people want a young puppy, or a younger dog. But he is super chill. Awesome dude. Say you should wave hi to him. He's like, I'm ready to go back to bed. You ready for bed? Okay. You should get a treat. Okay, let's look at your titles. Hey, Muzicchik. Someday when I if I ever have my like a more time and a actual house that's mine with some property, I would love to adopt some more dogs. Or even I was fostering. That's how I got into it. I didn't think I was ready to have my own dog, so I started fostering. And I fostered several dogs, and they got adopted. And I thought I've told this before on stream, but I think it's worth saying again because it was an important life lesson for me. I always figured that when I got a dog, I'd get a sporty dog, something that run around, do crazy things, do lots of catch frisbees and do tricks. So like I don't know, or like a German Shepherd or a Retriever or something, a bigger dog, like a real dog. And the first dog I fostered was. It was a golden retriever, and then the next one I fostered got a little smaller. It was a German Pinscher, and then I went in. They got adopted, and I still wasn't thinking. I had no plans to adopt yet. I didn't think I was ready. I was like, I don't think fostering is that's I can handle that, but there's an end date. I went into the shelter to get my third dog. I never ever thought I would adopt a small dog, let alone foster a small dog. I went into the shelter and Jiffy he just latched onto me immediately. He just followed me around. So I'm going around and he just followed me everywhere. He would not let go of me. And so I was like, okay, well, it's not forever, right? I'm just going to take him home. I'm just going to foster him. I'm not making a commitment. So I had no plans to adopt. Within like 3 hours of having him, I realized I couldn't give him back. And he's actually pretty active for his age, but he's small. He has zero athletic skills whatsoever. He doesn't know how to catch. He doesn't know how to fetch. You throw food at him. Most dogs will catch it in their mouth. Jiffy, what he does is he uses his face to block the food. He blocks it, it falls on the ground, and then he eats it because he doesn't have the mouth-eye coordination to actually catch it in his mouth, and so he just blocks it. My theory is that his original family were an elderly couple, maybe, or an elderly person, because the rescue had all of his data. They had his birth date, which I didn't know for the first two dogs I fostered, right? He didn't really have any behavioral issues, but he didn't know how to play at all. But he was super mellow, so I figure he probably had really mellow humans who did not play with him but treated him very well. I don't know. That's my theory. Anyway, I'm going on and on about Jiffy. How much time has rolled past? I got to be careful. Like 20 minutes will pass. We'll still be talking about Jiffy. Oh, yeah. We got to name that track. Let's see. But for people who are thinking about adopting a dog, fostering is a great way to meet different dogs because, and I didn't have dogs till much later in life. Oh, I forgot the whole point of my story. The whole point of my story was that if we go into life with expectations of what we think we want, so I thought I wanted a specific kind of dog. If I had stuck with that and not been open-minded, I would have missed out. I would have totally missed out. And I think too often in my own life, I do that. I have this fixed idea. This is the way it has to go, right? Like, this is what I want. I know this is what I want. This sort of tunnel vision. And I think it's so easy to miss out on amazing experiences because we think we know what we want, when really we don't, I don't think, a lot of the time. So that was the moral to my story. I got a little off the beaten path on it. Hey, Jume, new baby. That's awesome. Congrats. That's awesome. Wow. Nice to see you, Jume. Jume is a great part of our channel. Has quite a active life at the moment. That is great, though. Congrats. Gayuti's asked me, how long did you foster the first two dogs? Let's see. I think Mickey was a couple months before Mickey got adopted, and then Chopper. Well, Chopper was tough. Like, Chopper I'd had for a month, and then they decided he had some health problems, and they decided to put him on hospice, which I didn't think I would get emotional about that after only having him for a month, But then things worked out, and they took him off hospice, and he got adopted. So Chopper I had for like 6 months, I think. He was great. He was great too. But I think that the thing about fostering is it does give you a chance to sort of, meet different personalities, and you're really doing a great service because you're helping getting these dogs ready to be adopted, and it just buys time, right? It buys them time that they wouldn't otherwise have without fosters. Okay, we have from Reginald Delaware, we have, is the bell real or only in my mind? Is the bell real or only in my mind? Jimay says, can't wait to introduce the baby to this lovely music. She needs those sleepy time beats. I don't know if this last one would have been the best thing to put her to sleep. Every once in a while, but yeah, this last one maybe not. But maybe this next track will be a little mellow. Oh yeah, gerunds. I was supposed to do gerunds. I totally forgot. It was a gerund challenge. Well, we're gonna leave Reginald Delaware's on the board. It'll be the one non-gerund title, but the rest will be gerunds. We got Questioning Sanity from Gayutis. I totally forgot. Thanks for the reminder. See, that's what happens when we do like a 30-minute song, 20-minute song. I forget everything. Quiet Haju 04, Entering the House of Secrets. Let's see. Oh man. And you guys are gonna need to help me remember what instruments I played, because I don't remember at all. I have no idea. from Enigma, Reliving the Apocalypse. Although, oh, you had another one. It's tough, Enigma. I like two of your titles a lot. It's between that and Wandering into the Phrygian Sun. You know what? I think we're gonna go with Wandering into the Phrygian Sun as your title. I think I like that one a little more. They're both awesome. And then we have one last title to put on the board. Let's see. Let's see. Where are we? There we go. From TheLennina. Mercury Rising. Those are your title options. Come on, Paul. There you go. Is the bell real or only in my mind? Questioning sanity, entering the house of secrets, wandering into the Phrygian sun, and Mercury Rising. Oh, by the time I get to my song notes, your things are going to disappear. I'm going to have to, well, I can scroll them back, I guess. Let's see, what are some titles I missed? Good titles. You guys did a lot. 140 titles. Screaming Kids. I'm not sure if you like that track. Jail 1, 2, 3, 4. Screaming Kids. We have Hunting the Storm from Sour Frog. There were some moments, definitely screaming-esque when I was singing into the whatever it was, Thunder Tube. The Conking from Kruvek. Plucking the Strings of Life from Judge. Cowbelling Around the Globe from Judge. Soul Searching from Ledworth. Ringing in the Ears of the Dead. Ringing in the Ears of the Dead from CK. Chasing Evolution from Madden 13. Contemplating the Gerund from Scrat. Corrupting Tubi from Electric Blue. The Man Called Death, Cuervo Bunny. The Summoning Mumblepug. Hallucinating a Waterfall, Unicycle Mafia. Sinking in Quicksand in Yodi. Intensifying Desperation from Frambox. Okay. Let's see. Now I can take my notes. Let's see. Oh, they're still on screen. Good. So, Vuvuzela. Voice. Rhodes. I would never remembered this. Thunder Tube. Slide Whistle. Melodica. Yeah, that's it. Vuvuzela, Voice, Rhodes, Thunder Tube, Slide Whistle, Melodica. Cool. And our titles again: Is the bell real or only in my mind? Questioning sanity, entering the house of secrets, wandering into the Phrygian sun, Mercury Rising. And if I'd had a harmonica in the key of D, I would have played harmonica. But I don't. Okay. Okay. Any voting? What'd you guys choose? Mercury Rising from TheLennina. Nice. That track, now known as Mercury Rising. Ton of good titles, 140 something. My production today, though, my rate of songs is very slow. I've done 3 songs. Only 3 songs so far. Oh, Leni's got a bunch of titles. Glass Butterfly, My Window Pane, Moonbeams and Shadows. Okay, let's do, we got a few more of these gaming polls while I get ready for the next track. I guess we just have a few more, actually. Okay. Oh, we'll save that one. Okay. We got it. In 50 years from now, which game from our era will be considered the Beatles of video games, and which game the Rolling Stones of video games? And bonus question, which game from our era is the yakety sax of video games? That's your question. That is your question. Meanwhile, I will start creating an empty track. Hey, OMG Pete is here. How you doing? Judge says League of Legends is the yakety sax of video games. Enigma says no, yakety sax is Rocket League. I'm doing pretty good, OMG Pete. Dom says Sonic 6 is yakety sax. Gayuti says Candy Crush is the Beatles. If any of you have not yet heard yakety sax, we talk about it regularly on this show. Go Google it right now. I'm sure you've heard it before. Anytime you're feeling sorry for yourself, and I need to remember to do this myself. Anytime I'm feeling sorry for myself, I need to put on yakety sax as I try to explain what my woes are. And yakety sax will put it all in perspective. All in perspective. Try to decide, do I do one more or 2 more? I feel like I should just do 1 more. Yeah, it's the Benny Hill theme song. Muzicchik says Minecraft equals Rolling Stones. I feel like I'm trying to decide. Do I have... Let's see. Okay, let's see. What are we doing here? Muzicchik explains the reason she says Minecraft equals Rolling Stones. It just is never gonna die. Those guys are living forever. Forever, ever? Forever, ever. So I have to manually approve drum fills now. I didn't used to, right? I have to manually approve them. Just the ones that have text, just to make sure there's nothing that's going to crash the computer or is going to break the rules of our channel. You guys it's a good thing. Some of the things you guys have attempted. Vrukos did, I think it was maybe Chinese characters. Dom tried to do all punctuation and some copy paste. Oh, and Dom has done a one character. I hope that's actually a D. Is that actually a D? Yeah, a one character fill. So watch out for this. It's going to be a one hit fill, one note, and then a crash. Okay, let's check out our requests. We have from Gayuti's 88.88 beats per minute. E sharp major from Sano and Mixolydian mode from Gayuti's. Drumless Unicycle Mafia and Jume. Hey, Bruka says just a little testing. Just a little testing. What was it we figured? Oh yeah, spaces don't work. The drum generator doesn't like spaces. I swear when I coded that a year ago that I sanitized my inputs, but I guess I didn't. I'm sure I did. Wait, they're not loaded again? Don't tell me we have another error. There we go. Yeah, Gayuti's, you had the only mode request that was in a major key. So when we got to the modes, you got it. Let's see. We've been remarkably lucky today that so little has broken. Very little is broken. I thought last night, I thought after I made all these changes, I just thought, what have I done? What have I got myself into? But we've done pretty well. And these were good changes to make. They had to happen eventually. Okay, let's make these drum fills. There we go. Zeroing out. He says, don't jinx it. Knock on wood. Where's some wood? There's wood underneath that. There's some more wood. It's not a real Etcetera kid show without at least one tech problem. Okay, we got our drum fills. What's probably not going to work is our credit sequence at the end. Okay, we got some milestones. Our milestones. This is Sangel's 5th song with a request on it. Congrats, Sangel. This is Lennina's 150th request used and Nifty Guy's 200th. Those are two huge milestones. 150 of Lennina's and 200 of Nifty Guy 1's requests have made it onto tracks on this show. That is crazy. And this is Enigma's 10th drum fill. Nice. Congrats on those milestones. Let's see, our drum kit. The Euro Dance Remix Kit. This was last used on May 17th on Coming Up for Air. Nice. Okay, oh yeah, let's make our loops. First up, raw from the generator, we have Unicycle Mafia. The most fearsome mafia of them all. The Unicycle Mafioso. Here we go. Raw from the generator. Sweet. I dig it. Let's see. We're going to shape these hats just a little bit. We're going to add a kick on one. We did our track already tonight without the kick on one. Let's drop this snare a bit. This snare a little bit. And this snare a little bit. And this snare a bit. And that should be good. That should be good. Here it is. Unicycle Mafia. And you know what? I take it back. I want that snare loud. Nice. Thank you, Unicycle Mafia. Next up, it is Jume. Jume with the new baby in the house. Here's Jume, raw from the generator. I love how the hi-hats are like an answer to the snare. There's like a conversation between the snare drums and the hi-hats. You notice that? Yeah, we're going to emphasize that even more. All these hats that are over the snare, I'm going to drop them a bit in volume. So we really focus on the snares there. We'll still hear the hat a little bit. I want to put a kick here and a kick here. And we are going to shape these a bit. And these snares, I want to... That's what I want. Okay. So this is, Jume's beat is the conversation between the snares and the hi-hats. Sweet. Thank you, Jume. Thank you, Unicycle Mafia, for your beats. Let's check out these sounds we have. Bassoon solo from MJ. And then from Madden, we have the soprano sax. We got classic marimba from Ducker. Brightest Fuzz from Frambox. And then, I'm forgetting our stats. Whoops. Okay, here's our stats. Soprano sax is used only twice before. It was first used on a track called 300 is the New 120. That track, I remember that, was 300 beats per minute. I'm pretty sure. I think that was the one. It was either the 300 song we did on Twitch or 300 beats per minute or both. And then we had xylophone. Whoops, classic marimba. And then xylophone. This is xylophone. That's xylophone, sorry. And bright as fuzz was this sound. And then lucky time perk was this. Okay. Yeah, the screen isn't switching because I forgot to switch it. That was not a tech problem. That was a kid problem. I have to manually trigger those because the computer doesn't know when I've switched. Well, there would be a way to do it, but I haven't. Basically, you guys notice the way I change sounds is with this keyboard. And I came up with something called chord commands, so that basically, so like C is our first sound, and I can do different chords with C in the root, and those are different commands. So that way, it's a way to have, how do I explain it? Basically allows me to have a ton of commands without having to remember much in my brain, because I just transpose the chord. So if I want to do, and I haven't even taken advantage of this concept, I think as much as I could, but yeah, I can do different things with C in the root, and it will always affect sound number one. If I do different things with D flat in the root, it's sound number two, and so on. Anyway, let's see. You guys choose which sound starts the improvisation. It could be one of our loops, our bassoon solo, our soprano sax, our marimba, our xylophone, our brightest fuzz, or lucky time perk. Yeah, so for example, like here's some of the commands I have. So if I do octaves, so if I do the C and then the C above it, that switches to the sound. If I just hit the C, that starts recording a loop with that sound. If I do C, if I do a major second between the root, so C and a D, that stops the loop that sound is currently doing. If I do a C major chord, that stops all the current loops, creates a new section, which is the way I organize things. I don't use Ableton Live's normal way of doing things. I don't use scenes. I use something called sections that I created. It creates a new section and it starts recording that sound. If I do a tone cluster of the root, the second above it, and the minor second above it, the minor second and the major second above it, that is a MIDI panic command. So I'll run MIDI panic on that one sound. What else is there? There's other ones. I can't think of the others off the top of my head, though. So it requires you to be able to know your chords and stuff, but it allows, with just a few notes, an unbelievable number of possibilities. It'd be so hard to remember. Basically the key is the root. The root gives me all this flexibility. The root says which sound we're operating on, and then the chord tells me what to do with it. I coded that so long ago, it's sort of hard for me to even explain it. And we got a new follow from Duke of Erie. Thanks, Duke of Erie, for that follow. If I ever had time to clean it up, I would release that as a patch. It was built in Max for Live. But yeah, everything, all the looping stuff I do is controlled with this keyboard, basically. I can switch between sections of the song. I mean, the camera for the most part works automatically. The only time I do manual stuff with the camera is sometimes I switch to camera 1 when I'm about to walk back to the instruments, because camera 3 will get confused. And so I'll disable it temporarily. But yeah, I can control the cameras. I can create what I call sections. I can create section variations. So for any of you guys who know Ableton Live, it has something called scenes, which is, it's a grid system, and all your loops have to be on a single line, and that's a scene. I found that way too limiting because I want to be able to have things that are on different lines at different times or different combinations. So I don't use scenes, I use sections, and sections just memorize whatever is happening at that moment. So it could be loops on different scenes that are all triggered together as part of a section. Okay, enough tech talk. Amended voting. What have you guys chosen? Lucky Time Perk. Lucky Time Perk. Who requested that? Dorf did. Nice. What sound was this again? I have no recollection. I'm just gonna find out when I play the first note. I cannot remember. It says it's a synth sequence sound. Well, I'll find out. I'm not going to give myself any advance warning. What sound was it? Okay, let's do it. Time to Etcetera. I think this is going to be my last track of the night. That'll be the last track. Let's do it. Here we go. Or maybe I shouldn't say that, though. Maybe it's bad to tell people it's the last track. Here we go. Man, nice drum loops there from Unicycle Mafia and Jume. So at the ending there, I intended to end it on the two, when I had that duet going with the marimba and the xylophone, and I meant to trigger this button that stops the loops. But instead what I did, accidentally, is I triggered the first section. So we went back to the first section. I was like, okay, well, I'm here now. Let's put a little synthesizer solo in. So sometimes little mistakes end up extending the song by at least 3 or 4 minutes, right? A couple minutes. Let's see. Nice sounds. Man, it was fun having that bassoon solo from MJ. That was our bass. The marimba xylophone. I just love marimbas and xylophones. That's one of my fantasies someday, is to have a vibraphone. Or a marimba would be awesome too, but especially a vibraphone in the studio. Or even a glockenspiel. I should get a glockenspiel. I don't think I have a glockenspiel. Let's see. Did my program crash? It looks like everything crashed. No, it's okay. Why is it? Oh yeah, it's frozen. It's frozen. I thought I'd fix that. Why would it be frozen? That's weird. That's weird. Anyway. Let's see. Let's look at your titles. I think there are some... my program that tells me if I have any titles, it says I have 0. Well, that's just because it's frozen. I think I got some titles. Let's see. Yes, we do. From Let's Go Link, we have Pixel Beats. From Subtracticat, we have Caverns of Light. From CK, Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo. From Electric Blue, Suddenly, Monkeys Everywhere. And one last one. From Muzicchik, Quirky Earth. Those are your title options. Pixel Beats. Come on, screen. Refresh screen. Oh, come on. Why is that not refreshing? Well, you guys see it in chat, right? Did it go in chat? Why is this? Here, let's move into... Let me try to fix this. Huh. That's weird. That's weird. Well, we'll go to our old screen, I guess. Why would that not have worked? Well, these are your options. Pixel Beats, Caverns of Light, Buffalo, 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 Suddenly Monkeys Everywhere, and Quirky Earth. Tom says pie chart hype. Why is this? That is just frozen. My chat program is totally frozen. Huh. Yeah, this has been happening very recently. Oh, thanks for hanging out, B. Have a good night. Let's see. Oh, and some good titles I missed. Let's see. What the Day Brings, Muzicchik. Standing Fast. Temple in the Jungle. World in Miniature, Clarabo Bunny. Wide World, Narrow Sky from Dom. Binkies, Blankets, and Little Baby Onesies from Azazlin. Defeat of the Goblin King, Muzicchik. Elephants on Parade, say no. Okay. Okay, I'm ending voting. Let's see, what have you guys chosen? And it's Quirky Earth, Muzicchik. Nice. Oh, look at this. We're almost at 33,000 titles. Congrats, Muzicchik. Thanks, everyone, for your title suggestions. That track, now known forever as Quirky Earth. What did I do on that? I did some trombone. That was it. Man. It is just frozen. Totally frozen. Whoops. Okay. Congrats, Muzicchik. Okay, let's see. Let's start prepping the end of our show. Why is it? Man, lots of weird things just happened. Okay, that looks good. What am I doing? Oh yeah. Okay, our show. What we do tonight? Tonight's show was live in a simulation inside of a simulation. We did 4 tracks. I talked way too much. We did Loops of Hazzard, Celestial Heartbeat, Mercury Rising. We ended on Quirky Earth. Let's see. Are our shout-outs going to work? Let's hope they do. Here. Is this going to work? Maybe not. You see, I spoke too soon, guys. I didn't knock on wood fast enough. Oh, come on. There we go. No? Oh well. I'm going to have to do this old school style. Old school style. Our mods tonight, Azazel and B, Bruco, Scrabble Bunny, Doc Bizzle, Dom, Lost Elf, and Tubi. Our patrons, MJ. Our cheerers, Ledworth, Judge, Imperial Sky, and Unicycle Mafia. Thanks for those cheers. Our subs, Pauly, Electric Blue, Humboldt, and Kruvak with the resubs. Let's see, can I get the last? Oh yeah, we got our shout out first though. Is that? Okay, here we go. So we had 41 requesters. Let's see, where are we? Okay, here it is. It's time for the shout out. Maybe not. There we go. Tonight we featured the following extraordinary members of the Etcetera chat. This should be easy. Should be easy. Only 41. My record, if you've never seen this before, the goal is to say all these names as fast as I possibly can. That's better. As fast as I can without breathing. My record is 56 usernames, so 41 should be no problem. You'll notice that some of these viewers, I say their name differently than you see on screen. I'm not cheating. They have requested that I say their name differently. Sometimes to my benefit, sometimes to my opposite of benefit. Disbenefit, unbenefit. Here we go. Tonight we featured... Yeah, these are the 41 people who had a request that made it onto a track, or who had a title that was chosen by chat. So there's some people who are who are lurking or chatted who won't be on here. There's too many to name everybody, but these are the ones who directly impacted what happened on the show. Here we go. Tonight we featured Detriment. That's the word I was looking for. Detriment. Here we go. Tonight. Octon Bratwurst, Atomic Widget, Zazon, B Crafty, Brucos, CK Wolf, and Clanky, Clarbo Bunny, to Jake, GP75, Dom, Dorf, Dr. Dr. Boo, and Yodi, Enigma, Frambox, Guinevere, UT's Judge, Jume, Cathanius, Kruvak, Lenino, Lost Elf, Lovedy, Madden 13, MJ, Mr. Robert, Rumble Pub, and Jesus, Nifty Guy 1, Ninja Fleas, Outlet for All Things, Reward, Poly, Real Human, Ben Kenobi, Sano, Sour Frog, Stupid Tease, Subtracticat, Sango, Unicycle, Mafia. The reason I paused is I realized I was looking at the wrong screen. I was looking at the one with the full names. But I did it. No problem. We did it. We made it. We did it. Okay, let's see. Can our credits at least roll? Let's see. Can we at least get those rolling? Let's see. Let's try this. There we go. Okay, keep your fingers crossed. Nope. One last try. Oh, it is there. Oh, you know why? Because I muted it. Oh, but how am I going to restart it? I don't know how to get it to restart. That's annoying. Oh, wait, there it is. Is that going to work? Oh, we got it. We got it. Hurry. Hurry, kid. No. There we go. It's amateur hour with the kid. There it is. There it is. Okay. While our subcredits roll, let me find someone to raid. Oh, I had one poll I was going to ask you. I had two more. I'll save them for another day. Wait, what is this? Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, I don't think we've rated this guy in a while. Is he still playing? He is. Sweet. Okay, we have someone to raid. So with credits, the way it works is it's like bot talk in that it's like your greet me's. It'll choose between different ones. But if you want, I haven't set up a way for you to choose which credit is used. So each time you add a new one, it's added to the mix. But if you want me to delete, if anyone wants me to delete your credits so the only one happens every time, just let me know and I'll do it manually for now. And eventually I'll write some code so that you guys can, manage it with 2B's help. Okay, I have who we're going to raid. If you've never done a raid before, this is how it works. After I wave goodbye to you guys, 2B, our bot, is going to paste a link into chat. Click on the link, go to the streamer's channel, paste in our raid call. It's Etcetera raid, along with your favorite emotes. Make the streamer's night. Raids are an important part of the Twitch universe. Great way for people to discover new streamers. We've been beneficiaries of some awesome raids so many times, so it's always nice to spread the love. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. We did pretty well. We had a few tech problems, a few more than I expected. At the end, I thought we were home free. But yeah, it's nice. We learned a lot about video games, your video gaming preferences. I hope I will see you guys very soon. If not, this Wednesday or Friday, maybe the next, or Saturday, or the next week, the next month, year, decade, century, millennium, eon, whenever it is, it will be groovy to see y'all. I hope that whatever comes next includes the raid. I hope it includes dropping by Discord and saying hello. I'll be in and out of Discord for a little bit as I'm doing my post-show work. Yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I hope it is totally stellar. Yeah. And I'll see you soon. I'm the kid. I'm going to fix these tech problems eventually. Someday our credit sequence will work every show instead of once every 3 shows. Anyway, have a good night. I'll see y'all soon. I'm the kid.